If you were a kid who grew up without cable television, you probably have some nostalgic feelings for Qubo. It was a free-to-watch network similar to PBS Kids, enjoyed by many in the Gen Z and Gen Alpha cohort. I think that's the one after Gen Z, right? So when it came out that Qubo was shutting down back in 2021, kids and adults alike tuned in to watch its final broadcast. It was expected to be a wholesome send-off. However, a disturbing video has surfaced online allegedly showing this shutdown, and it can only be described as extremely disturbing. Qubo disappears in a veil of static, and the television feed is replaced by an ominous background with many of the network's iconic cartoon mascots in front of it. A jarring message appears on screen, demanding money from the viewers or the network will die. As the clock in the left-hand corner ticks closer to zero, characters' heads are systematically blown off by shotgun blasts, exposing blood and bone. Amidst the violence, the message, "This is your fault," displays to children around the country. This shocking video took the internet by storm and opened up one of the most bizarre rabbit holes in animation history. Who was responsible for this? Was it a rogue Qubo employee? Was it a hack or some kind of strange social media experiment? Today we'll be diving into one of the darkest rabbit holes surrounding children's media and getting to the bottom of the Qubo shutdown incident. So if you didn't already notice, I got some new glasses. Big thanks to Warby Parker for sponsoring today's video and helping your boy maintain his HD vision. Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and contact lenses. Their glasses start at just $95. Warby Parker is unique in that their try-at-home program allows you to sample up to 5 frames at home without even making a purchase. Simply take their online quiz that gauges your face structure and style preferences, pick 5 frames you like, and they'll be at your front door within days. I really enjoyed this. It was nice to be able to take my time and be able to pick out the frames in the comfort of my own home. I loved the circular thin frame look of these Duncan style glasses with the oak barrel coloring, so that's what I went with. They make me look studious, perhaps even dignified. Or depending on who you ask, they might say Harry Potter-like, but Harry Potter had swag, okay? So what are you guys waiting for? Order 5 pairs of glasses, try them at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy, and it ships free and comes with a prepaid return label. So to try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free, click my link. That's warbyparker.com/wavy. On February 27th of 2021, a YouTube video is uploaded titled "Qubo's Final Minutes on the Air." It starts by depicting a person filming their television screen watching some routine Qubo content, but then the screen goes black and is replaced by a group of well-known cartoon characters that are shown on the Qubo network. Along with these characters, there's some scrolling text across the top that reads, "Your favorite Qubo characters need your help. At 11:59 Eastern, Qubo will cease operations unless $2,500 can be raised by viewers like you. Call 248-434-5508 and donate now." Alone, this is strange, but not all too disturbing. It only starts to get freaky when you wait around a bit and realize that the characters displayed are getting their heads blown off by shotgun shots, and there's like gore showing. One by one, each character is systematically executed on a children's network. Once the timer ran out and all the characters were dead, an ominous message crawl appeared saying, "Due to the negligence and selflessness of our viewers, Qubo is forced to cease broadcasting your favorite programs as of 11:59 Eastern, February 27, 2021. We have brought you quality programming for both children and families alike since launching in 2006 and plan to expand our network in the coming decade. Because of this closure, it will not be happening. We at Qubo and EW Scripts Company expected better from our viewers and they have failed us. This is your fault, 2006 to 2021. Thanks for nothing." The alleged recording of the shutdown event was posted to a YouTube channel called SplatKid802 Productions, and it quickly garnered attention due to its shocking nature. The prevailing thought at the time was, how could a network known for exuding such positivity and educational content throughout its lifespan end with something this heinous? People were baffled by this video. Many in the comment section of Splat Kid's upload even corroborated seeing what was shown in the recording. "Yo, I was watching Qubo and then this showed up. I started panicking when I saw at the end it said this was my fault. I started crying so hard until my mom came in. My mom asked, 'What is going on?' She looked at the TV and she turned it off. A few days later, I looked at the Qubo channel and then it was gone." Yeah, so you had these frenzied commenters flooding into the channel shortly after the video was posted, basically co-signing Splat Kids' interpretation of events here. What the hell was actually going on? To get to the bottom of this video, we first need to understand a bit about Qubo itself and the context surrounding its downfall. Qubo was launched on the ION TV network back on September 9th of 2006 as a part of an initiative to make educational children's shows more available to the general public. It hosted a variety of shows aimed at a 5 to 14-year-old audience, including Veggie Tales, Bob the Builder, and Inspector Gadget. Oh, and shout out to the OGs watching that remember Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. That's a true millennial classic right there. It was on Qubo. To metaphorically speak here, Qubo was like the clearance rack of old shows that were discarded by networks long ago. A lot of this stuff was dated programming that had been dropped, but for an entire generation of kids, especially from low-income families that couldn't afford cable channels like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, this is what they grew up with, and these characters meant a lot to them. Thanks to its free-to-watch nature, Qubo developed a modest following, but it never scaled well compared to its pay-to-watch and even free-to-watch competitors like PBS Kids. The channel was downsized over the years and was passed around in the corporate world, and eventually the rights rested solely with ION Media. In September of 2020, ION was purchased by the EW Scripps Company, and not long after, plans were put into place to close Qubo down since Scripps' main interest in ION was its content targeted towards adults, such as its court-related content like ION Mystery. There just wasn't a place for Qubo on free television anymore. As a result of it falling from relevance, it was announced by Scripps that Qubo would be permanently shutting down on February 28th of 2021 at 11:59 p.m. This date was later revised and the sign-off was initiated early on February 26th at 11:19 p.m. Eastern, just before midnight. Whenever the Qubo shutdown was announced, the story actually went viral on the internet, and there were many that expressed that they wanted to watch the shutdown live from their televisions as like a sort of way to pay homage to the network for it enriching their childhoods. So you had active Qubo viewers DVR and live recording their screens during the shutdown, and they posted videos of the channel's final minutes on air, which is supposedly what the video on Splat Kids' channel is showing. Interestingly though, when you dig a bit around YouTube, you can find other amateur recordings of Qubo's last moments, and these recordings paint quite the different picture when compared to Splat Kids' gruesome showcase. Yeah, these recordings show a rather predictable and normal shutdown of the channel. Yeah, something was definitely fishy here. After you started to see different recordings of the Qubo shutdown popping up that conflicted with Splat Kids' version, the integrity of his video was drawn into question. In the words of the great Internet Ajay, it was truly more sus than a character from Among Us. It's just difficult to imagine a world where something this violent could be shown on a channel aimed at children. If what happened in Splat Kids' video was real and Qubo really did shut down in this way, the folks behind the network would have to face some serious repercussions for putting something up as graphic as this on a kids' channel. You're talking massive FCC violations, fines, and possibly class action lawsuits. But curiously, one finds none of these punishments being levied at Scripps, ION, or the folks behind Qubo. Which of course begs the question, is this entire thing just an elaborate hoax? Let's get into the evidence. There are several issues with the video itself that suggest an amateurish prankster may have been responsible for its creation. For example, take grammatical errors, such as this one in the final message, which says selflessness when it clearly meant to say selfishness. This is a pretty funny error to make because these two words pretty much mean the exact opposite thing. On top of this, viewers were quick to recognize that the music that plays in the background of Splat Kids' video was actually the Final Bells theme from Majora's Mask whenever the moon is about to like destroy the world. Majora's Mask has a rich history in the realm of creepypastas, and maybe the inclusion of this song was a creepypasta fan behind the disturbing video wearing his influences on his sleeve. Another thing that was pointed out by a YouTuber named Randy Lint is that the stills of the characters massacred by the firing squad are all readily available on Google as images with transparent backgrounds, which makes it easier for an amateur to just slap this together in an editing software. And not to mention that the message in the video claims that Qubo could be saved by a $2,500 donation. Like, the idea of this is just ridiculous. It's gonna take more than $2,500 to save an entire television network from going out of business. The amount requested just seems arbitrary. Another thing is that Splat Kid's video title claims it was recorded on February 27th, but that conflicts with the widely reported shutdown date of February 26th. Some have reported a stream of Qubo was available as far out as the 28th when using Vizio TV. But this is not a Vizio TV, it's a cathode ray television from like 2004. Also, just why is a CRT TV being used to watch Qubo in 2021? For me personally, the CRT is a big tell that this person is up to some fuckery. It gives off some epic creepypasta vibes. Every copy of Mario 64 is personalized. Check out my analog horror CRT, guys. I'm so fucking scary. It just reeks of being a hoax. But if after all that you still believe that this thing wasn't a hoax, you definitely won't after what I'm about to show you. Check it out. This is what happens when you call the number on screen that's asking you to donate. All right, guys, we're gonna call the number that's on the hoax video or whatever, this 248-434-5508 number. Here we go. All right, calling. It's a Rickroll. It's a Rickroll, boys. Yeah, so this thing was actually just one of the most elaborate Rickrolls in internet history. I mean, bravo Splat Kid, Jesus Christ. With all this, it's pretty obvious that the disturbing version of the network's final footage on YouTube was nothing more than a hoax, made by editing together a creepy sequence and playing it through a CRT while recording the screen. This person cleverly capitalized off the sadness surrounding Qubo's shutdown in a big way. A brilliant hoax orchestrated by Splat Kid. And speaking of Splat, who exactly is this person and what can we infer about their intentions behind this video? Unfortunately, Splat Kid's YouTube account has only one upload, and that's the Qubo video. The channel is over 5 years old, but from what information exists, it seems that its entire subscriber base came from one video. Most likely, Splat Kid was just a disposable sock puppet account made years ago and was used as a host for this elaborate prank. The only significant clue about Splat Kid came in the description box sometime after his video was released. I'm getting a lot of messages from Super Keegan 9100 saying this is fake, but it's not. I don't have a desktop CPU or laptop or anything. I can't even edit good videos, so please leave me alone, Keegan, and please stop saying I made this. Super Keegan actually runs a YouTube poop channel that's been active for many years that focuses a lot on Qubo content, and this person is actually an admin of the Qubo fan wiki. After the Qubo video went up, Keegan created a blog entry warning viewers not to watch Splat Kid's creation. Attention, beware of the unsettling fake video about Qubo's shutdown. If you see a creepy unsettling video uploaded by Splat Kid 802 Productions about Qubo's shutdown, avoid it at all costs. It features a lot of Qubo characters getting their heads torn off, as well as Qubo telling viewers how ungrateful they are. This goes against everything Qubo stands for, not to mention it isn't really what happened. Qubo shut off most stations, Uverse and Fios, on February 26, 2021 and was replaced with Grit. For the remaining providers that had Qubo, the channel shut off during an episode of Inspector Gadget on February 28th of 2021. Because of Keegan's long association with Qubo content, many speculated that he may have actually been the person behind Splat Kid's creation, and perhaps inserted this edit message into Splat Kid's description as a way to funnel viewers to his main channel. However, this explanation just doesn't really jive with me, to be honest. When you consider Keegan's Qubo Wikia admin status since 2017, you'll find that the person has been quite the steward in making sure that accurate content is placed on the Wikia. This person is very much dedicated to the Wikia and has spent a good deal of time making sure that the contents in it are not fabricated or made up. I think that Keegan was genuinely disappointed that someone would create such a disturbing hoax involving the beloved childhood network he or she was a fan of. And Keegan's notice on the Wikia asking folks to avoid Splat Kid's video was simply an honest PSA to stop the spread of misinformation regarding the shutdown. And I'm fairly certain that Splat Kid's description box is responding to this PSA. A few months ago, Randy Lind, the YouTuber I referenced earlier in the video, shows his documentation of the event, and he managed to reach out to Keegan and got the following take from them about Splat Kid. I would say that I'm offended that he would be so careless as to make a fake video with all those characters, which by the way are from several shows Qubo has long lost the rights to. As for the disturbing Qubo video itself, it appears that the internet has reached a dead end in regard to finding out who was behind its creation or why it was made. But for most internet hoaxes like these, the answer tends to be the same. People love a good mystery, and some like to create their own either for the joy of going to great lengths to fool people as a joke or to spark interest. Another thing I find worth noting is that around the time of this video being released, there was a trend going around on YouTube where people created fake piracy screens and other old school gaming related hoaxes utilizing CRT TVs for added creepiness. Perhaps the person behind Splat Kid was inspired by some of these videos. Regardless, I think it's safe to say that at the end of all of this, the Qubo shutdown video definitely served its purpose and cemented itself as another interesting addition to the world of internet hoaxes. But that, my friends, was the bizarre rabbit hole of the Qubo shutdown video that surfaced on the Splat Kid YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down below in the comment section, and of course let me know who or what you want me to talk about next. Slap like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. I want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. WAVYWEBSURF out. Peace.